Hi, everyone. Welcome to Beyond the Bulls podcast. We are featuring the women's basketball players on this amazing podcast. Here with me, I have Kirsten Lewis Williams, formerly number 2, will now be wearing number 11 for us
Big
this
11.
season. Big
Not
11.
the little one.
Not the little one. Definitely not the little one. Kirsten, let's just start there. Tell us about the number change. People are going to be really, really shocked.
I know. I'm going to have to get the girl, the girl that had number 2, I'm going to have to get her 11 jersey. But I rocked 11 all through high school, even before that. I wanted 11 when I first came here, but somebody had it.
Yeah,
so
Big Bree.
So I was like, I'm going to go with 2. I like Kyrie, so 2, that's cool too. So I went with 2, and, I did my thing in 2. I always loved 2, but
yeah,
11.
I'm not ready for it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
If people can leave comments in this, please do so on what you think between number 2 and number 11. Because I told you what I'm giving you 3 games, and if the goal setting performance isn't there, we might make a switch.
Might switch back mid-season.
We might not allow you to be number 11.
Trust.
No, kidding. But Kirsten, tell us about kind of your experience from high school and where you're from and what you're about, just kind of off the court, not so much, on the court.
Yeah, well, I was born in South Carolina, but I moved to North Carolina middle schoolish. So, I'm from Lake Norman, North Carolina, repping the 704. I'm a goofball off the court with my people, with my brothers. I grew up with 2 brothers, so yeah, that really shows. I feel like I'm a middle child. I feel like people guess that a lot. But yeah, off the court, I just be a vibe, have fun.
Yes, definitely a vibe. You're definitely big on doing your own thing, and I feel like you don't care what other people think in a good way.
Yeah,
you're very self-aware, but you definitely are just march to the beat of your own drum, right. Which I think is definitely shows on the court. You're not worried about what anybody else thinks. So
yeah,
that's awesome. What's your favorite memory growing up with brothers? And did you ever not like it at one point where you're just I'm tired of getting beat up all the time?
Oh my gosh.
Even though younger brother he's tall. He's he sprouted
Can't
up.
even mess with him now.
No.
I think it's a regular thing. I think everybody who has an older brother gets picked on, but that made me who I am today. So I'm always thankful. I love both my brothers. But yeah, you mentioned it. Jaden's 6'4" now.
He is from the OV. He was
he was shorter than me.
He was I was
we
okay,
were
little brother,
right here,
little brother.
Yeah.
And then it was mid-season. They came
back.
They came to a couple games. They surprised.
That was the first time. Yeah,
it was when your dad and him surprised you, and I went and picked them up after shoot around. And I was
you're like, who is this?
I was I thought it was your older brother. When I was pulling up, I was like, is he gonna fit my car?
Yeah. So.
I was like, dang, it was crazy. And then obviously when you guys are around each other, I'm like, oh, he's a little brother.
Yeah. I still try and pick on him. I gotta be careful now. I hit him, I run now. He used to grow up picking on him, but now it's I gotta be careful.
Right. Now they really might mess around and pick on you. So, oh my gosh, that's so funny. What did you do when you went home this summer? What was kind of your what's your first thing you do? Is there a place you go to eat? Is there something you do with your family, or what do you like doing when you go back home to Lake Norman?
Man, the first thing I did was I went to see my dog, my old dog Jake. Oh, I literally just ran home. I snuck in downstairs. I came up, surprised him. I love my dog. I love my dog so much.
Yeah, surprised the dog.
First thing is, I saw my dad and my little brothers, but yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Took my dog out. Took him to the park.
Yeah.
I spent my whole first day with my dog.
Yeah. And then what about your current dog?
Yes, Saint's back at the crib chilling. Saint's a little young bull. I brought him with me, but
how did the meeting go between your family dog and your new dog?
Jake's an old head. He doesn't mess. Saint's a little young, run around. Jake's not with that. He was not messing with Saint
he was
at all
not.
At the beginning. Now they're cool now. It took Jake 3-4 days to warm up to him. He's get away from me. Yeah. Annoying.
Can I ask who named the dog Jake?
My older brother, actually, Jake. Yeah, I was it's so boring. I wanted something like Diablo, crazy name. Yeah. And everybody was like, Jake. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Lucky, his middle name. That was me.
Yeah. Oh,
I had to spice it up a bit.
Yeah. I was about to say you brought the creativeness. I love that. Okay, let's talk about your first year. So obviously freshman year, you came in, things like that. From the jump, like what stood out to you about Buffalo? What was different? What made you obviously go like, pretty far away from pretty far away from home, like, it's a flight. But what kind of was like the difference? What did you feel? Was there anything that was like, yo, like I gotta go here, like this, this is my place? Like what was that process all like for you?
Well, I mean, I think it came with the meeting we had on my visit with Coach Burke and like setting the goals and the fact like, we achieved most of them, but I always wanted to go somewhere that was going to push me to achieve my goals. And we talked about it like on my visit, being freshman of the year, competing for a MAC championship, winning a MAC championship, like playing how I played. Like that was all on my official visit. And I think that really set the tone and confirmed it with me because that's when I committed that, this is the place I wanted to be.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I think that was the first time I like got emotional on a commitment. I was like, oh my gosh, wait, what? I thought you were gonna like leave us waiting. You kind of had that like, I thought you guys were gonna like go like deliberate and really think about it. And obviously, everyone goes through their own recruiting process and that decision like their own way. And so I like was like, I don't know if she's gonna commit. Like she's probably gonna. I knew we had a good feeling about it. Like I knew it was a good fit. But because we're not bringing anybody here that can't play for Coach Burke, and isn't aligned with everything that we're aligned with. But I thought you were going to leave us guessing or something. And then right when it happened, I was like, oh, my gosh. Yeah. Heck yeah. So that's always the best, too, because then we got to, like, celebrate. And, like, you got to, I think, too, like, the biggest thing is, like, your dad trusts us with you and, like, your parents trust us with you. And, like, your dad is so, like, intentional about that. Like,
oh, for sure.
He didn't really care necessarily about, like, you had the playing stuff down.
Yeah.
Like, you knew what you wanted. You know the goals you wanted. You knew what you wanted from, like, a playing perspective. But then your dad, I think, was, like, that was the really big selling point of, like, is she going to, like, grow into a woman? Is she going to, get better into, like, who she is and be molded and stuff like that. So, yeah, I was like, oh, my gosh.
No, for sure. My dad. Coach Burke just texted him. We were at the baseball game. Picture. Send me a picture.
I still have that actually came up on my memory where I took you to Target to get all your stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was a little pillow scandal.
Oh. We're like, just go get a pillow. Just ran to the back, grabbed.
Yeah, that was really funny. But you just look so young in that picture. So I was like, oh, my gosh, she's grown up so much in a year. Okay, let's kind of fast forward. So now you're playing things like that last summer, kind of getting ready for your first season. What do you feel like was the biggest adjustment, like from high school basketball into kind of transitioning and getting prepared for college and like playing your first collegiate game?
Yeah, I mean, you're back at the bottom. Coming in as a freshman, you were just the top dog in high school. A senior, and you're back at the bottom playing against grown women, like. The speed of the game, the strength. I mean, like everything is so much different, so much faster. It's harder. It's way harder, way harder. I think coming in, and I knew that. So like just preparing, I was trying to get stronger, trying to get faster. Just working hard because I knew it was gonna be a challenge. But I love that.
Yeah, she does love that. Yeah, Kirsten gets it. She gets it done. That's for sure. What do you feel like was like during those hard days, during those days where you were like, oh crap, like this is really hard? Like what kind of kept you going? What kind of fuels that fire in you?
I think my dad, cause like he believes in me so much, and like even if I question myself, like he's always there to push me, to motivate me, to let me know like he sees that in me. I would say definitely my dad. Like over the summer, he's always pushing me. He's the first one to text me like, "You getting in the gym? How was your day? What'd you do today? You working harder?" Like he keeps it real for me. So.
Oh yeah, he definitely was giving me updates while you were home, making sure. I was like, I'm not even worried about her. She's the last person I'm worried about at home. So he's like, Coachy. I was like, shout out to your dad. He's the best. But okay, so then did you ever kind of like from going into your first collegiate season, you're doing, photo shoots, all that fun stuff. Like where did the crown come from? Like what was that? Cause that kind of like, that really set things off. If anybody does not know, Kirsten was like basically the crowning of the crown made an appearance for the first time. And that was kind of like our vibe throughout the season, things like that. So what was that like? You just kind of saw it and went with it?
I mean, it kind of was in high school, you know, like my handshake. I would do my handshake and then I would get crowned.
Oh,
so.
Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah. So I got so many cool pics from high school, just like the whole crowning thing. That's where it started in high school.
Yeah.
Shout out my teammate, Coco. She gonna see this.
Yeah, Lake Norman High School. She was the one
crowning me.
Lake Norman High School. Kirsten, you were the only senior. Sorry, I'm like going all over the place. You were the only senior on your team.
Yeah.
And literally took them to state. She has an incredible story. Like the fact that she's at Buffalo, like we are so thankful. Everyone else that slept on her, I'm not sorry at all. But yeah, you were the only senior. Like you really took that team and like did a ton with them, and like you were an incredible leader on it, and like basically helped like really build that program there. And that's so cool. I didn't know the crowning.
For sure,
like I didn't know
started at Lake Norman.
Yeah, a little foreshadow into the season carried it here. Okay, I literally love that. So yeah, are you gonna keep the crown? Are we switching things up, or like
for
number
sure.
11? Okay, keeping the crown. I'm gonna stay with it. Okay, changing numbers but keeping the crown.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that consistency. So then, kind of into your first game, did you think that you were gonna kind of be starting and play the minutes that you did and stuff like that? Kind of once we got into preseason, once things kind of started unfolding from a playing perspective, your freshman year.
I mean, that was my goal. I don't want to say I expected it, but like, I worked for it every day. It's not something that it was just handed out,
It was not handed to her.
Oh, for sure.
At all.
I mean, did I expect it? Yeah, I would say I did, because that's just like the standard I hold myself to. Like, even if I didn't, I would want by the middle of the season to be starting. I would want, at the end of the season to be starting. That's just how I hold myself. But freshman year was a blessing. I mean, I worked hard and it paid out.
Yeah, it definitely did. What do you feel like was the biggest thing that you learned, like mentally as a player, like a whole player on and off the court, like during your freshman year?
The biggest thing I learned mentally,
or even just like your presence in the locker room, like things you had to kind of like change and mold, and you couldn't necessarily like act the certain way that you did in high school versus like you being in that locker room and you holding a very high value because of what you were doing on the court.
I would say like a leadership aspect, like every little thing you do matters. Talking, body language, all of that. People look up to you. People are watching you, and if you are showing some type of negative energy, that's so infectious. Like, you just always got to be mindful of that. Being a great teammate and being a leader.
Being a great teammate, that's one of our core values. So yeah, we love that. Yeah, that's really, really important to us, and it's something that we like obviously recruit. So I think you grew tremendously throughout that, and I think it was something that it was really good for everyone else to see. And stuff like that. So, but then also too, going into kind of recapping your freshman year, what is your favorite MAC school to play at? What was your favorite game? Like, just give me all of the like good vibes memories from freshman year.
I think in regular season, like my favorite, at BG. That was crazy. That was so much fun. That's like really when that dog stuff started coming out, when Lex was on the floor. Barking at the camera, playing there and winning there, and then a little circle at the end.
Kind of going into that, then what about like the MAC tournament? Obviously, you finding out that you're the MAC freshman of the year, like what did that feel like that in that moment? We tried to keep it a secret.
Yeah.
Like we tried to I was like trying to not. Sarah's texting us and we're like, oh my gosh. I'm like, how can I not be like literally so excited? And that was like, that was a heavy day for you too, but like what was that feeling like? What kind of feelings did you have and things like that? Like actually finding out that like we obviously knew it was like probably going to happen, but for that to get confirmed, like what was that feeling like?
I mean, it was amazing, like that was one of our goals. We started from the first day I got here. So, seeing that hard work pay off and all of it was worth it because, we're accomplishing my goals, and it really locked in. Like I'm at the place that I want to be. Like I'm at the place that's best for me, and it really confirmed all of that.
Yeah.
So I know, right?
Stop, I love it. No, that's awesome. I think that was like one of the coolest experiences. And then how did you kind of what was your mentality and what was your attack kind of headed into the tournament, never having been to a college conference tournament, never having played a basketball season that long? Like, what was y'all's mentality going into each of the games in Cleveland?
I mean, I was so excited. Like, that stuff you dream about, you know, from playing in high school, playing in AAU, growing up. Like, you want to play in moments, and to finally be there, it was like a dream come true. So, you know, I was trying not to be too starstruck, you know, walking in the hotel, seeing the MAC everywhere. Like, I mean, it was amazing. But, you know, I shout out the leaders of last year, you know, KJ, Rena, Chella, just following them, I feel like really kept me locked in.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the shout out to the MAC, the Mid-American Conference, for hosting a great event in Cleveland. I feel like they elevate the women's game. I feel like they hold us and do things for us the same that they do the men, which I think is like, you know, not always a thing, especially, you know, nowadays. But I think when y'all, like, getting to watch y'all experience that for the first time and having, like, all of our fans, our cheerleaders, our band at, like, 7:40 a.m.
Yeah, blasting in the hotel, walking to the bus.
That all the other teams are staying at, like, and everyone just, like, that was, like, really cool how everyone kind of really, not only were y'all behind each other, but then everyone else in the community was behind y'all. I think it was just, like, yeah, it was an awesome experience for us, like, watch y'all experience that.
Yeah.
So I was obviously, you know, really excited. We did come up a little bit short, unfortunately, but that kind of leads me into where are we at now, sophomore year.
Yeah.
You're going to be repping number 11. I'm going to keep saying it, so I just pounded it in my brain. She's number 11 now. Yeah. New year, new number, new you. What are you kind of focusing on? What's your mentality going into sophomore year? What are your, you know, goals for yourself and obviously the team?
I mean, it's a revenge season, you know. We came up short. It's a new year, but it's the same goal we're trying to make it for. And, of course, you know, it still stings. We still got that cut, losing in the MAC championship. But I feel like that gives us even more motivation, more drive. Especially me, that gives me way more motivation to work harder every day. Like, I want to cut down the net. I want to be up on that ladder. Like, just watching that from afar, it just, you know, it sparked something in all of us that were there, and we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it for sure. What?
Oh, sure. Hope so. Lots. Yeah, definitely. I think things feel a lot different. I feel like we're a little farther ahead, and I feel like things are clicking. And I think, too, the biggest thing, like, just talk about, like, this group, this team, like, how have summer workouts been? We're in week 5 or 6. 5 or 6.
6 almost.
I think we just started 6. Yeah, we're about to, like, this is week 6. What do you kind of feel like just from, like, a team standpoint? I obviously feel like, you know, we brought in a lot of talent, brought in a lot of really great people, but how from, like, the playing perspective, kind of getting them to get on board with, like, they kind of have to find their chip.
Right.
They don't have it, right? So where do you feel like, you know, workouts are kind of like, what conversations have you had, or like encouragement to the new kids, even just learning how to play for Coach Berg? Like, what is that kind of conversations been like?
I mean, of course it's been a challenge, you know. Summer's always going to be a challenge, but I feel like people are starting to buy in more, and it's starting to show out on practice. They're starting to take that chip. You know, we talk about it all the time, you know. We lost in the MAC championship. Like, even if you weren't there, like, we lost. Like, building that camaraderie that everybody feels that chip. Everybody wants the same goal. We have so much talent in that locker room. It's a blessing.
Scary.
It's scary. Yes, people should be scared, but we're definitely coming together around the goal. Everybody's buying in to make it forward for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think even too just how close you guys are. I think it's, you know, it takes a minute to experience something, but I think just them having that respect and, like, you guys genuinely love each other, that they want to play hard for you guys, and, like, they want to play hard for all of us, and I think it's been really great and stuff like that. But we are going to head into our rapid fire.
Okay.
Just going to, you know, quick questions.
Okay.
Answer them however you'd like.
I got you.
We're just going to get it done. Okay. How would you describe Coach Burke in one word?
Man. She's a dog. She's a dog.
Period.
She's a dog. You're a dog.
Favorite color?
Black.
Favorite pregame meal?
Pasta.
Favorite thing about Buffalo?
I guess UB. What? Playing basketball here.
Okay, that's true. That's true. Favorite pregame song?
Oh, anything by YoungBoy.
She's on the aux, by the way. Like she
Yeah.
is. She's the aux. Not gonna lie. Before
Yes.
games, that's the first thing. Finish this sentence. Make it what?
For
Favorite favorite basketball drill.
Oh, drill. Does King of Court count? Is that a drill?
Favorite drill we do.
Oh, we do.
2-on-2 rebounding.
Crazy. Favorite drill we do.
Hard shooting.
The transition offense.
Love it. That is true. Y'all be hooping. 8 seconds. They can hoop.
8 seconds.
We're giving them 8 seconds. Anyway, okay. Favorite movie or TV show?
Oh, favorite movie? Conjuring. The first one.
Oh,
Scary.
I hate it. Favorite restaurant in Buffalo?
Oh, restaurant? Does Texas Roadhouse count?
You don't like La Vita?
Nah, okay, Vice.
Okay. Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Funniest teammate?
Oh, that's like a 3-way tie. Chella, Lonnie, 2-way tie. Chella and Lonnie.
Okay. Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Favorite
What?
basketball player?
Kyrie.
Kyrie. Documentary or movie girl?
Movie.
What superpower would you pick?
Flight.
I love that one. That's my favorite. That's what I would pick. Best basketball memory?
Oh.
Played a lot of basketball. No pressure.
Yes, making it to the state championship in high school.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Go Lake Norman. One thing you're most excited about this season?
Most excited about getting back to Cleveland. What?
Period. Making it 4.
Making it 4.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being here and
course.
obviously picking Buffalo, and we're so thankful for you. And everyone, don't forget, she is not number 2 this season. She is
Big
gonna be
11.
Big 11. not
Oh,
below
I
11.
gotta shout something out.
Yes. go for it.
K-Band's song coming soon. Tap in. Y'all, trust. Just
my God.
wait for the drop. It's coming.
It's dropping. All right.
Yep,
Thank you,
dropping soon.
everyone. Appreciate you. Thanks for supporting us. Go
Yep.
Wolves.
Go Bulls.